Patch 26.2. I'll just do a quick run through of gameplay. Blah 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 blah. Cool. Aatrox is the first buff. Aatrox struggled to find a place on the Rift in the new season, with Split pushing on the rise and fewer chances to flex his team fighting strengths. We're giving him some additional power this patch, primarily in the jungle, where his growing audience has been kneecapped, as well as in the top lane, where he could use more ways to benefit from experience. We hope this satiates Aatrox players, especially those with endless hunger. So, bonus magic damage on target max health goes from 4 to 8 to 4 to 10. This is very fake buff. It will slightly increase his clear speed later in the game, and maybe his damage against tanks who build armor, really, later on. It looks like 2% is probably not going to affect him till later levels. This might be better on top lane Aatrox. I'm not exactly sure how the level scaling works. Bonus damage to monsters. Oh, so it's a tiny buff. Aatrox tiny buff. Ashe gets attack damage growth. Serious? What does this even mean? Half an AD. At level 18 we get not even a longsword. What a weird buff. Gwen, jungle, skyrocketed. Cool. Monster damage cap goes 3. Ooh, this is a pretty big nerf, I'd say. Half the AP scaling on the passive and almost half the flat damage as well. But she should still be good. I don't think this is what's making her good in the jungle. Jace jungle. Jungle Jace. Gets nerfed to the bonus damage to monsters. Probably still means he's got a competitive clear, to be honest. Like, this probably just means that his clear was too fast before, and now it's on par with many other junglers. Lilia's been in a dream. Wake her up as it's become a nightmare for her opponents. Heal against large monsters is getting a 6% AP nerf, and Q is getting a 5% AP nerf. So these are just scaling changes. So probably, I mean, Lilia's scaling is her best strength, so I'd say this is combined. It's what, a 6 and a 5%, and this is only going to be useful in the jungle. So probably not a big nerf. I don't think Lilia like stacks AP as much as other champions does. She likes to go like Liandry's Riftmaker kind of stuff. Okay, Malphite. Malphite's been a front runner in the Rift, both in top and jungle. Monster damage down a tiny bit. E ground point 2. And the multiplier. So what does that mean? That's like, it's like 40% less, maybe? I don't know if my math is right here. 20% less? Something like this. E ground slam goes down 20 damage. 20 to 40 damage flat, and okay, so just don't max this, really, unless you need the wave clear, I guess. Mana cost going up as well. God damn, just 70. That's awful. They really don't want you to max this E. Our unstoppable force is going up by 10 seconds at rank 2 and 20 seconds at rank 3. I think this is not why you pick Malphite. I think he's still going to be strong. He's going to have some mana problems if you level E early. But yeah, I don't think this. Anyone can wait 20 seconds before Malphite R ulting. Master Yi has been struggling as a result of the changes in the new season. Returns some of his armor growth. Some of his powers to keep up with other junglers. So a little bit of armor growth and a little bit of on-hit damage. And these changes are not big at all. Interesting. Nunu and Willump. Cooldown of Q goes up by 1 second flat. Biggest snowball ever. Goes down 30 damage. All ranks. That sucks. Yeah, that sucks quite a lot, I'd say. AP Nunu feels bad about this, I'd assume. E Snowball Barrage going down by 2 to 6 damage per hit, but each snowball is what? 3 hits? And you can cast it twice. So that means 2, 4, 6, and then 6, 12, 18. So this is 6 to 18 damage times 2. So that's 6 to 18. That's 12 to 36 damage on an E. 12 to 36 damage. You don't really max this though, so I mean it's a nerf to be sure. Your ganks are gonna be a little weaker, but your jungle clear is probably gonna go down a little bit too with the Q consume cooldown nerf as well. Yeah, it's just a nerf to Nunu. Sivir has become an extremely dominant 80 carry pick, whether or not she buys Essence Reaver. So, strong wave clear, great damage scaling, bring down her top end. Attack speed growth, armor growth. Yeah, I think that's... I don't know. This feels like... What is it? 0.4%? So if we do 0.4 times... Let's get the damn calculator out. 0.4 times 18 levels, right? No. 17 levels because you start at level 1. So this becomes... Are you kidding? This gives 6.8% attack speed nerf at level 18. Probably negligible. As expected, Smolder's become much more powerful. The new Essence Reaver, increased minion counts. Since we tuned our systems to our liking now, it's time to take stock of individual champions, Smolder being one. Make sure Smolder's strong late game damage has durability trade-offs, even when buying the occasional HP item. Armor growth going down. Ooh! 0.7. Is that good? 0.7 times 17 is 11.9 armor at level 18. I don't know how good that is. Can't be that good, right? Because, cloth armor is... Damn, where did my pages go? Cloth armor is what? 15? Okay, so... He's losing a bit more than 2/3 of a cloth armor at level 18. I think that is pretty meaningful. Late game nerf. Taliyah has been missing from the jungle as of late. Gameplay changes for the new season didn't help her. Quite the opposite, actually. To that end, we want to get her rocking and rolling in the jungle again, so we're buffing up her mid-game clear speed to help her out. Okay. Nice. Empowered boulder damage, okay. Okay, so we're just buffing Taliyah jungle. Kind of like that. Bonus damage is going up, so she's going to be scaling quite a bit. Interesting. New jungle mage to look out for. I like it. Varus isn't doing well in the new season, so we're here to lift up his 2 primary builds on hit caster. Q maximum charge base damage 80 to 360, 80 to 400. So that's a 10 damage buff on rank 2, 20 damage on rank 3, 30 damage on rank 4, and 40 damage on rank 5. It's pretty good. Q's usually the first maxed ability as far as I'm aware. So this will help his early game as well. W on hit base damage. Ooh, okay, we get an on hit buff as well. In the preview, Freak was saying his crit builds are basically unused, but he thinks they might be okay. But there isn't data for it, so we can theory craft a crit build for Varus later. Viego's performing worse this season due to direct adjustments and overall game-wide changes. As a result, he needs some power added back in, both compensating some crit scaling that he lost and generally making him a better fighter. Attack speed growth, okay, goes up by 0.5%. 0.5% is what? At level 17? It's like 8.5 attack speed, 8.5% attack speed at level 18. How much is a dagger? It might be a dagger, actually. Dagger, I think, is 12, right? 10% attack speed. Okay, so he gets almost a dagger. That's pretty good, right? Q, Blade of the Ruined King, percent on hit, bonus crit damage goes up, and active bonus crit damage goes up. Fuck yeah. That goes to... Okay, so it's crit and infinity edge build. It's probably going to be good. Interesting. Zed's recent jungle changes didn't affect him as strongly as we had anticipated, and players have noticed, resulting in a resurgence of pick and ban rate. We'd like to show his clear and lower his potency. This time with more accuracy, now they have better understanding how to tune him in the jungle. I mean, okay. There's really been no big changes, I'd say. In 16.1, we added 9 new items. We're mostly happy with how they landed in terms of users and use cases, but there's definitely some balance work to be done here. This patch, we're adjusting Battle Pipes down and Fiendhunter Bolts plus Hex Optics C44 up, as we think they're the furthest off from where we wanted them to be. At the moment, we're also keeping our eyes on some other items, cases like Fast Power Spike offered by Dusk and Dawn, or the distribution of power on Endless Hunger between Damage, Haste, and Omnivamp. The synergy between Diadems, Songs, and Echoes of Helia is very cool, but it's something we'll be monitoring to make sure it doesn't become the only way to build a champion to exist between the Mage and the Enchanter space. Battle Pipes are sounding good on the Rift, but they're crowding out other support items due to their low price point. We're excited for their newfound popularity. We don't let them completely steal the spotlight. 300 gold nerf is very harsh, but 2,300 is still a competitive gold price point, and with what it does, I think it will still be good, because 300 gold is what? Between a dagger and a longsword, so it's like a wave, isn't it? How much gold does a minion wave get? Gold for minion wave. Lol. Gold per wave. Okay, so it's like 2 waves, it seems. It's like between 2 or 3 waves. That kind of sucks, man, because you're not going to be farming the waves anyway, so for a support, this could be like 4 or 5 waves you gotta wait to get this gold. That fucking sucks. 4 or 5 waves behind on completing your item, that never feels good. And in that same price point, like, does something else come out at 2,000? No, right? There's actually nothing that's 2,000. So it's a bit insane that it was 2,000 gold to begin with. But I suppose now that it's 2,000 gold, these 2,200 gold options open up. And I think they're all pretty good, except none of them give damage except for Ardent Censer. So it'll be interesting to see people decide between Ardent Censer and Battle Pipes. But I think Battle Pipes, the people who use Battle Pipes want Battle Pipes, so I don't think they'll want any of these other options, really. I'm trying to think. There's really nothing that gives hybrid resists except Zeke's. Like, Zeke's is probably the competitor here, because it gives It gives dual resist. It gives a bit more than dual resist. It gives less haste, I think. Is that what this says? Yeah, it gives less haste, but more resist. It gives more HP, right? Can the tooltip appear? Yeah, it gives more HP. It gives it gives damage. It gives DPS when you ult them. So it's like an all-in bonus, but I don't know if it's gonna be. Zeke's is probably a better damage item early, unless your AD carry is quite strong, but you could always just build a second, right? You could go like Zeke's Bandle Pipes or something. Or you can go Locket Bandle Pipes if you need the extra resistances and shield. Yeah. I think... Is it a big nerf? Yes. Is it bad because of the nerf now? I don't think so. But we'll see. Fiend Hunter Bolt's doing what it's supposed to do. It's just not quite well enough to get picked over as competition. We're buffing up a little bit all around the bolts to help it hold together against the other Zeal items. So 5% attack speed increase, 5% damage multiplier, and for guaranteed critical strikes. And bonus true damage on critical strikes goes up 5% as well. I mean, I don't think it'll make this item very good because I don't think Zeal items are very good. So yeah. Hex Optics has found a place in some situational builds for longer range champions, but it's a bit too niche, a little weaker than needed for it to function for most of the marksman roster. We're giving a general appreciable AD buff and increasing the range requirement. 5 damage and easing the range requirement. 100 distance required for max range. Who does that enable? It must enable some people, right? Let's have a look. Champion ranges. Oh my god, lol. Can I type? List of champion ranges basic attacks. So that means this item is now gonna be good on not just Caitlyn, not just. Looks like this item will be good on Ashe and Senna now. Well, that feels bad, doesn't it? You've increased, you've buffed an item and you've given it to new, better users. So I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's not good enough. I don't know. Ashe and Senna. I think Senna, I don't know. Even Senna didn't really need the max amp buff because she's gonna get more range than this anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I think Ashe is probably the best one that gets a buff to this. But is it a good item? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe like 4th crit item. But the 4th crit item slot is like what? It's pretty crowded, I'd say. Collector IE. Is this better than Collector or IE? It could be better than Collector. It's just I guess it's a math problem between the damage amp and the lethality. But 10 lethality is super, super weak. So I'd say this is going to be way better. But we'll see, we'll see. Let's make some builds, yeah. Let's make some builds. Yeah, I don't know exactly how to position this right, but... Okay, so we'll say the biggest winner and the biggest winners of the patch. Because that's really what we're looking for, right? Biggest winner of the patch is probably going to be... I'll have to look at the buffs again, right? Aatrox, Ashe, Master Yi, Taliyah, Varus, Viego. Get Notepad, I think. Notepad will help. Yeah, Notepad. I'll just pop this in the corner. Oh, let's not close it. Just pop this in the corner, and we'll be like looking at the different buffs, yeah? So it's Aatrox, Ashe, Master Yi, Talia, Varus, Viego, and then we'll rank them based on their... We'll rank them based on how buffed I think they are. I think this is a weak buff, so we'll put him on the bottom for now. And Ashe is a... what? No, this is a weak buff as well. Is it weaker than Aatrox? Maybe. Is it weaker than Aatrox? I think it is weaker than Aatrox. Yeah, it's gotta be weaker than Aatrox. And Gwen got buffed or nerfed, so we don't need to worry about them. We'll go down to Master Yi, yeah? Master Yi gets a bit of armor growth. 0.3 armor per level. 0.3 times 17 gives us 5.1 armor. A third of a cloth armor at level 18. That can't be impactful. Alpha Strike on hit damage mod is up 10%. These are all nothing, man. Oh, whoops. And then we'll just pop him there, I guess. No, I think Yi's weaker than Ashe. Because 9 AD can be pretty impactful, I'd probably say, than a third of a cloth armor. Because that's almost a longsword, so almost a longsword's got to be better than a third of a cloth armor. New buff. No, he got nerfed. Sivir, nope. Smolder. Talia. Talia got pretty big buffs, I'd say. Shit, we can put her at the top for now. Love that I deleted her from the top to then put her at the top again. Cool. Varus is going up by 40 damage at max rank Q and 10 damage at second rank Q. And then the on-hit damage is going up by 2 to... what is that? 6? 2 to 6? I'd say that's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not as good as Talia, so I guess we'll just keep him there. Yeah. I'd say it's pretty good, though. Viego gets half an attack speed. So half an attack speed plus times 18. 0.5 times 17, I mean, is 8.5 attack speed. That's almost a dagger. That's pretty good. And then the crit damage mod goes up, and the bonus crit damage mod goes up. So I think Viego is basically right where he is, isn't he? Let's look at Aatrox's buff again. Aatrox gets a bit of max health damage and a bit of damage to monsters. Is that better or worse than Viego? Viego gets a dagger and crit damage. And this is 2% max health. I think Viego is better than Aatrox in terms of the buff. And then we'll look at Varus again. Varus. And I think Varus got a pretty sizable buff. Varus might be stronger than Talia in the buff section, because this is only clear speed, right? So this is actual combat stats and technically clear speed. So I'll say Varus goes above Talia. So I'd say Varus is the best winner here. So let's make some builds. Let's make a crit Viego build, because that sounds fun. So I'd say your options here are going to be this. Oh, can I get it on the page, please? What are the different things? Coal. Doran Shield. Could be Doran's Ring even. Could be Amp Tone. Could be this. 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 This. Could be this. This. Yeah, that's everything I can buy, right? Almost. It's almost everything I can buy. I can technically buy these at level 1. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Yeah, I'd say that's everything you can buy at level 1. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's everything. We'll pop these at the bottom because they're the cheapest. Put these at the top. We'll sort it by cost. 450 coal, and then yeah, and then we'll put the 400s. 400s, yeah. Then 350, then 300, then 250, 200, 150. Perfect. Cloth armor. Alright, so we want to go crit. So we should go... Well, crit and on hit got buffed, so we'll do like a crit on hit kind of build. I think that'll be pretty good. What's Varus's attack range? 575. So he can very nearly get the maximum range on Hex Optics. Let's see what the buff duration is. Hex Optics. It's 10%. So it's going to be very close to 10%. Is 10% damage good? When champion damage within 3 seconds dies, gain additional 100 attack damage. Don't know how good this is. one item build is gonna be, I think, Yuntal every time. It's gonna be Yuntal or Stormrazor. And second item, it's gonna be one of these. We'll do third item. Third item should be one of these, probably. Probably one of these. This might be good now. Gosh. So many items now you have to decide from. Hex Optics. These are the two. Be like short trade. What am I looking for?